it's popular. It does not deserve to be popular.
Hey guys, welcome back to Blitz. This is your quarantine edition of We've Got No Vox Pops, so we have to find stuff to upload. Joining me is Alina. Hello.
Hello.
We're doing today a tier list, because that's the fashion nowadays of YouTubers and influencers. And we're stuck at home, so why not rank the food places on UNSW from best to worst? Of course, you guys are familiar with tier lists. So our criteria for the food places is 1, it's inexpensive for students, because we all broke ass bitches. Number 2 is we want it to, well, hopefully it tastes like good or decently. And 3 is that it's convenient or it has a lot of variety. It's consistent.
See, the thing with me is, if I find something I like, I'll just stick to that.
So you don't try too many things?
Exactly.
Okay, well this will be a problem because we're evaluating all the food options.
Okay, upper campus I can give you more quad, and like lower is you.
Okay, that's a good team. Me and Alina. Okay, upper campus and lower campus covered. That's great. Alright, so I think we should start off with the most controversial, in my opinion. What are your thoughts on GYG? Because I have several thoughts.
Oh, I know you have several thoughts. To be honest, I don't usually go GYG. I put it as maybe it's either this or I'm starving. Because I reckon the nachos are pretty good at GYG. But that's about it.
You're starting off pretty harsh. The thing is, like,
harsh.
You are harsh? Okay, well I've got to see what you put at S tier. That's what I'm worried about. I really think GYG is the most overrated food place. Not only on campus, but as a brand. It is the most overrated place I've ever eaten at. Alright? I don't even call it eating. I call it, they just recycle the same flavors in every dish. Alright? And I know that's just partly because it's, you know, that's just how it is, right? But it's $14 for like a meal, for a very, I'd say like, it's okay, it's not terrible, but there are better options, for sure. Let's put it at, you know what, let's put it as it's either this or I'm starving first. I think that's a fair. And you know what, it's like, it's, the reason why it's lower than solid meal, which I'd normally put it in, is that it's so popular that the line it just takes forever. It's so crowded. I don't want to go there during lunchtime. It's just really crowded. So yeah, we're putting it at that. If you guys have different opinions, let us know in the comments below. I'm sure there's many GYG advocates, so you can plead your case down there. Okay, so the next one we'll go with is, let's just go with the big ones. All right, Subway.
Subway was my staple in first year. Because it's cheap and I was broke. So...
Has that changed?
I think I got tired of Subway.
Okay. I agree. I think it's pretty solid. I actually think it's one of the best food places on campus. I don't know if I put it in food coma, because I've never had a Subway that has like blown me away, ever.
I would put it as solid meal because it's not always consistent.
Okay.
I feel like first year I had some really nice meatball ones, but like as the years progressed, they weren't as great.
Right. Do you think this Subway is better than other Subways, or it's worse?
I'd say it's the same.
Let's go with the Roundhouse. So what is at the Roundhouse? Well, the Roundhouse, they kind of offer a few different things. They have wings, they have burgers and chips, which is by far the most popular thing I would say, ordered at the Roundhouse. It's under $10, which is actually a pretty good deal, honestly, for like a bar that serves drinks as well. And they do have like special deals with drinks, and each day they have like a schnitzel that's like $8 or something like that. So in terms of value, I really like it. But what do you think about the food?
So here's the thing. I have most of my classes up in upper. so I don't really go down to lower. But I have been to Roundhouse a couple times, and I'm like on the border of food coma and this. Because the chicken burger there is so good.
Yes.
And the chips are also
Yes.
really good.
Yes.
So
You like thin chips, right? Thin chips are good. If you ever go to the Roundhouse again, if this quarantine ends, the lemon lime bitters they make is really good. So you can try that out. I would honestly, I put it maybe at, I definitely put it at food coma. I'll save S tier for like something like that's just perfect. I think food coma is pretty reasonable, because the only complaint that I would have is that they don't have a huge variety of food, and also it's like if you're starving, you kind of need a bit more food if you're just having a burger and chips. That's just spoken as a hungry guy, but I'm sure it feeds most other people well.
yeah, I've like not eaten all day and then had their burgers and it's filled me up. But also I eat very little, so.
Oh, okay. That is true. That is true. Now let's go with the other like ARC-related food place. It's the White House. As you can see, it's like an American White House because it's funny.
I was wondering what that was.
Have you been to the White House before it closed and then reopened?
Yes. Do you remember when they had that week of specials? I specifically came to uni just for that week.
And how was it?
I liked it. I got the schnitzel and chips. It was pretty good. Considering that they had like a million orders when I did get it, I'd say they did it pretty well.
I've been there a couple times as well. I think it's pretty good. I can't complain about the food at all. But the thing that really sells it for me, that puts it into food coma, I guess, the environment there is really nice. It's got a really good like vibe, a really good atmosphere. Upstairs, they let you play board games. They have like board games and chess or whatever you want to play with your friends. So if you're going with a group of like 6, 7, 8 people, the White House is a really good place to like, not necessarily eat like a lot, but just to hang out and like have snacks and have drinks. So that's what I really liked about it. I think it's food coma or solid meal.
You have more experience, so it is your call.
All right, it is my call. I'm the Blitz producer. I have some power. Food coma.
Wow. Okay,
I have some power in this,
see.
hopefully. All right, next option. We're gonna go with upper campus now. This is your expertise, and I'm just gonna be honest. I haven't had any good food in upper campus. All of them has been very decent. Nothing has made me come back for more. So I'm gonna go firstly with Laksa Delight in the Matthews food court, I believe. What do you think?
Yes. Okay, so I'm kind of half and half because the laksa there is actually really good, considering it's $10 and it's like big, so it's value. But you know those like 3 choices options? That is kind of hit or miss. It's like sometimes they have like really nice ones, and other times it's like too salty or too oily. So
there is inconsistency.
Yes. So I'd put it at a solid meal just because the laksa and just the soup-based noodles are really good. And if you're like super hungry and you just need something solid, you can that's like the best place for like being full. Also, if it's winter, best place for like hot soup.
And do they serve anything apart from laksa?
Yeah, the options. If you want lots of food and you don't have much money, I'd go there.
I see. I've been there once. I thought it was pretty decent. It was pretty average. Like it wasn't bad at all, but it wasn't particularly like out of the ordinary.
What did you get?
I think I got a seafood laksa. Okay, is this the only laksa place on campus? I think it might be.
Yes.
So that makes it a solid meal for sure. All right, so the next one, we're gonna continue our upper campus theme, we'll go to Fur House. Fur House. This bad boy here.
The thing is, even though I'm a psych student and I'm literally always at Matthews, I've never actually had pho at Fur House. But the bao is good.
Yeah.
It's a solid big one. It'll fill me up for lunch. But I have had friends who have eaten there, and it's $10 for like a big bowl. So it's still value.
Solid meal. I don't know if you guys know, but Blitz did an article of the person who actually cooks at Fur House. Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and it was a cool story. And big up to whatever let me find his name.
Wow.
To Danny from Fur House. Thank you for coming and providing us with your food. That being said, yes, it is that solid meal. Should we put it above Subway or below?
Again, above because it's value.
Okay.
For the price, I'd say it's value.
We're going to talk about classic kebabs. Now, I've had a kebab. I think the time I went there, it was very, very, just very average, I would say. I can't really remember the taste. Blitz did a video on the food challenge where one contestant got the kebab from Classic Kebabs. And it was not the worst rated, but it was not the best. So that kind of sums up my feelings towards Classic Kebab. I hear that the Guzman is good.
Yes, that is what I would rate. I've not had like a kebab from there, but I've had the Guzman, and it's pretty good. What would you say is like expensive for a Guzman?
Because what is expensive? I would say anything over $12, $13.
I think it's around 11.
So I would say that's definitely a solid meal.
Yeah.
Would you say it's below Subway or above? I love how Subway is just it's the thing that we compare against.
Yeah, I'd say there. I don't know. I haven't eaten there enough to be like a solid judge.
Okay.
But I'd say it's like on par.
Let's go down to the middle of campus now, right? Everyone loves to hang out at the quad, right? You got people, chilling on the grass, getting their food. What's more iconic than the Q Lounge? A chicken schnitzel with chips and maybe a bit of salad for about $10.
I agree. Like, I'd be at main library and I will track down to Q Lounge just for Q Lounge food.
Is it possible to do a chicken snitty with gravy wrong? I feel like you can't go wrong with it. Like, even if they they screwed it up, it would still taste good. The servings is good. I would also say the service is really good. They've always been really nice to me.
Same.
Yeah, it's like the only thing that I would say was that how there's other options like the salads, some of the pastas. Sometimes they have roast pork and stuff like that. I would say those ones are considerably worse than the chicken schnitzel in quality. That's just how I've tried them and I did not like them.
I would still buy it. Like, I usually get with like chips and pasta.
Okay.
And then I'll split it with friends because it's so much food. But that's value because 2 people's meal in one.
I think that warrants a solid meal, but not convincing. I'm gonna put it below Subway. Would you say
really?
In front? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, you put it in front of Subway?
Yeah, I'd put it in front of Subway.
Below Fur House?
See, I haven't eaten enough at Fur House. Okay, I put it above for now. Have you eaten at Fur House?
I have no, I haven't actually. All right, let's put it. Are you gonna put it below or above?
Above.
Okay, above.
Because we haven't eaten there.
All right. So next one is drastically different, and I'm just gonna talk about the quad food court in general. Now, before you speak, I'm gonna say I think the quad food court should burn down. I think I've had some of the worst food in the quad food court that I've ever had. Period. Okay, I am exaggerating a little bit. Please don't, please don't
A little
kill me.
dramatic.
But For the video's sake, I'm gonna put it at I'm starving. Because I don't want to have any food from the quad food court ever again. Okay, and also, does all of them demand like cash?
No.
That's
I
just...
would pay by card.
Okay, this is my trauma from like 3 years ago.
But I remember, none of the places that I wanted to eat at wanted cash. And I'd have to they only wanted cash. And I would never have cash and have to like walk around, find an ATM. I didn't want to use the one inside the quad food court because that has like 3% surcharge or something ridiculous. And I'd withdraw like $50, I'd buy my meal, I wouldn't have a good meal, and then I'd have like coins running around in my pocket.
Worst experience
So
at UNSW.
the moral of this story is that you hold a grudge.
Yes. Have you been there much?
No. Like I said, I've had a snack pack once during a week. I'd put it at it's either this or I'm starving. Because I think I only go down to the lower if I can't be bothered to go up the stairs for Cute Lounge. His face. It's just like,
Next one. Here's another controversial one. That I absolutely hated. I've been there twice. Both times I've been severely let down. And I remember now, this place does laksa. So Laksa Delight is not the only place that does laksa. Mamak Village. I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm starving. I'm putting it. I'm starving. So okay, I know that like student food is not meant to be that amazing, right? It's like inexpensive, cheap options, and that tastes kind of like fine, right? This place it was really disappointing because the laksa was, you know when you have a laksa and it's too fatty? Broth is like way too like oily and fatty and like preservatives, and the MSG just like sticks on your tongue as soon as you have a little sip. And I knew this, like the chicken wasn't good. So, and then the other time I had it was like some noodles. It was also really bad, super oily, super salty, expensive. That's the key thing that makes it bad. All right, really bad, is that it's expensive. And you also know my current, like my trend with why I hate places, it's popular. It does not deserve to be popular. I don't want to see people going there having a good time. It's trash.
You sound like the Grinch.
The Grinch.
I don't want to see people going there.
No, it's okay. What, have you been there? What are your thoughts?
So this is completely up to you because I have not been there.
Okay. I'm just gonna leave it.
It is good though.
I'm starving, and yes, we'll move on from that.
What is everyone else's thoughts?
What are your thoughts
Do you
about
agree
Mamaks
with
Village?
Steven?
Do you think I'm rating it too harshly? Do you think I'm a bitter old man that has nothing better to do with his time than complain? Yes, you're correct, probably. So the next one, that I don't really know much about, but it's just kind of there, is Coco Cabana.
I didn't even know we had a Coco Cabana.
Yeah, it's been there for a long time. Quite frankly, so if you've never been there, I'll say what I think. I've been there a couple times, not at the UNSW campus, and it's a place where it's more about like drinks and snacks. It's like a Cuban food place, mostly for just like in between meals, getting drunk, if that's your thing.
I have been to one not on campus too. The thing is, I spent like 20 minutes taking photos, so I can't tell based on like hot food, but the churros were good.
Yeah, the churros.
The churros I would rate better than San Churro.
Okay, let's just for the sake of like not knowing much, we'll put it a solid meal. Or do you think it's either?
It's expensive. It's very expensive.
Okay, fuck that. We're going. It's either this or I'm starving. I look. Okay, Alina. Let's be honest. What is your like preferable budget for a meal each, like at 80?
For campus food, 10 to 15 is a solid meal.
Okay. Well, that brings me to my S tier, in my opinion. We gotta go with Yellow Eats. And I'm gonna leave it here.
Okay.
Just until we change our minds. But Yellow Eats, $10 to $15. What you get is not a meal.
It's a buffet.
It's a buffet. It's a meal. It's a meal and a half, or a meal and for two people. Your first and your second stomach, which will digest in like 5 hours later.
Yeah, I agree. I would actually rate Yellow Eats as S tier too. If I get like the salad bowls, those things are massive, and it's like $12.
No.
And
No.
how much is it?
You don't get it.
It is
You
so-
don't get it. It's not just about the salad bowls. It's not just about the beautiful crispy chips that they fry when they actually request it. I have a problem with people frying chips in like a deep, like just having it there, like Macca's. They actually fry it fresh for you, a fresh batch
that
of
is
chips.
true. That is true.
Not only that,
Snack
not only-
chips are like.
No. Don't stop me. Not only do they give you a disgusting amount of hummus and tabbouleh and baba ganoush, is that what it's called? Baba ganoush.
Baba ganoush.
And try to smash it into this tiny, well, not even tiny, this massive pita breads, right? And give you like fried falafel, chicken, lamb, beef. They even have, they even have their homemade orange juice or whatever.
Yeah.
They have their own juice as well. But in all seriousness, I think Yellow Eats is actually the greatest. It's just they're doing something for the masses. It's not about profit for them. It's about providing food for the masses at UNSW. Yellow Eats S tier. Okay, now moving on. This is one that I don't know too much about. Sushi, Tori. Sushi, is it Tori?
It's not bad. It's good sushi. The only complaint I'd have for it is that it's expensive. Okay, maybe I'm just stingy. It's like $3. Is it $3? Maybe. I put it as it's either this or I'm starving, but only because I know there's cheaper places to buy food.
Okay, so in comparison to other options, it's definitely below.
Yes. Like I've never seen like a menu for them to make like something like a bento or something. I'm pretty sure the bentos are like $15.
Yeah, we're not giving people fair judgment. It's just for fun.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Southern Wok is in Morven Brown in Upper Campus, and I think you said you haven't actually been there before.
No, I've seen it. It looks nice.
I have been there actually, and I will say that the time I went to Southern Wok in Upper Campus, it may have changed. This was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. The food felt really like cheap Chinese takeaway. You know that feeling when they do like the 3 for $10 specials, those kind of places?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's the food you should expect there. And nothing worse or nothing better. They have variety. You can get your honey soy chicken, your Mongolian beef, your fried rice, your deep fried fish, or even like some like rice noodles. But you shouldn't expect the quality to be very good. So unless you really want Chinese food, I probably wouldn't go there. Okay, let's put it here then. I think I'm comfortable with that. Now to our second last one, Stellini's. This is the pasta place that everyone talks about on campus. I think I'm being too harsh by putting it in it's either this or I'm starving, because I was hyped to try it. I had heard about this legend, the legendary pasta that came from Stellini's. Long have I gazed from across the counter from Yellow Eats and looked at Stellini's, and I was like, why is there this giant line like forming up for pasta? It was nothing.
The place that does the coffee too.
Yes, it is the place that does the coffee as well.
I get the coffee from there.
You can get a coffee, yes. The pasta was not special. It was something that you could actually cook at home, I felt. And in fact, I think the spaghetti bolognese was actually very average. I think the other pasta we had was like carbonara. It was fine. I'm gonna say that maybe that was a one-off because it's so freaking popular. Maybe put it at the end of solid meals, or like behind GYG. What do you think?
Since it's popular, I'd put it before GYG.
Yeah, I think that's fine. All right. You know what? I actually feel bad. I'm gonna put GIG in solid meal. I'm gonna put it here. You know what? That's the redemption arc I have for GIG. It's. You know what? I'm gonna put it above Subway. How does that make you feel?
So, another thing we've learnt about Steven, he feels bad very easily.
Yeah, I feel bad because you know what? GYG is not that bad. I was just being a drama queen earlier. So, to the final place, it's got to be McDonald's. Okay. Now, one of the best moments of my life, and this is sad, but was I found out there was a Macca's near uni. And this was not even in first year. This was second year that I discovered this fact. When did you discover there was Macca's near you to Soviet?
First year.
Okay, like
a couple months in.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
anyways, that day that I found out I no longer needed to go to the quad food court was a great day. Now, I'm gonna leave it at S tier.
Really?
I mean, it's Macca's. Come on. What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm not a big fast food person. I feel like for the price of some of the meals, I can get it better somewhere else.
Okay. You know what? I will agree that firstly, the distance walking to McDonald's is annoying.
Yeah.
You have to walk
especially
5-10 minutes, especially if you're in upper campus. That shit's like what? You bring
it's
the
not
food.
worth it.
You bring the food up the stairs and it's already like 3 hours past and it's already cold. That's what it feels like.
So you see why science and like health students, it's a fat track.
It's a
Because
fat
we're always
track.
in upper.
Although it has a special place in my heart, as you know, you just Macca's. It's just Macca's, you know.
It's comfort food. It's
You can
comfort
get.
food.
Remember that one time I got you Macca's, Alina, and you needed comforting.
And you're never gonna let that go.
Anything you'd move up to food coma since it's a little heavy down here, or just keep it like this? Because I'm okay with this.
I'm okay with this.
Ark will be very happy that I put their 2 food places at food coma.
So just to verify, you're not being paid by ARC for this video, right?
Let's not talk about that. All right. I think that was a good wrap to food places at UNSW. Before we end the video, I'd like to say this is a complete joke. To any places that I've talked down, I am kidding and my opinion is invalid. This is just for entertainment. So, Elena, you have anything to say?
People, like the food places where it's either this or I'm starving or I'm starving, blame that all on
Okay.
Steven.
If they get shut down because of me, I'm hiding. I'm going into hiding. Alright, well, see you guys. Hope you enjoy our quarantine edition of Blitz. Thank you.